Buffalo, New York, which sits on the Niagara River, which flows into beautiful Niagara Falls. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Rich Stadium in the Ford Budweiser United States Hot Rod Association Truck Pull Championships, featuring the Battle of the Monster Trucks. Brought to you by Budweiser, the genuine article, beats with A's for that distinctively clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers. For all you do, this Bud's for you. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bob Kurtz, along with Mike Galloway. We are outdoors. There's a little bit of rain falling here at Rich Stadium, but it should be a spectacular show as we continue with our Truck Pull Championships. And tonight we feature the Battle of the Monster Trucks.
Well, Bob, the rain that's falling right now won't hurt the track. If anything, it'll give it a little bit more moisture. It'll make the conditions a lot better. It'll test the equipment and make it a lot stronger track and a lot better biting condition. It should be a real great program. Good track, it's long, it's outdoors, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's cool here. It's going to help the trucks run better. They run better when it's cool, and right now this should be a great competition.
How about the Monster Trucks?
Monster Truck Battle is an 8-truck elimination. We'll go down to a final 2, a head-to-head battle in competition. It could be anybody's race. Samson, Bigfoot, the Virginia Giant. A lot of the fine trucks are here tonight. It's going to be a real tough race. And I'll tell you what, when we go down to the last round, it's going to be the best of the best.
I looked on the format for the program tonight, and they have skydiving.
Well, that's true, but it's skydiving without the parachute. Spanky Spangler's here, and Spanky will jump out of a 3-story crane tonight without a chute. He'll be on fire when he does that. This should be a great show. Spanky is truly an exciting gentleman.
And as usual, the Budweiser boss with us.
Gary Collins out of El Dorado Springs, Missouri, with the Budweiser boss. Twin supercharged 3,000 horsepower machine. This is one of the toughest.
So stay with us. It should be quite a show. We'll be back with the truck pull competition in just a moment.
This is a Nation's Business Update with Roger Wallace, brought to you by Computerland.
It was an active trading day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials closed up 40 points. Japan has criticized the U.S. for not lifting all sanctions against it for violating a computer chip agreement. Tokyo says a partial easing isn't enough. And leading banks are again cutting prime lending rates to 8 3/4%. More tomorrow morning on Nation's Business Today here on ESPN.
So here we are, our very first staff meeting.
Yeah, and we're both here.
How's the computer committee coming?
I found one cheap, maybe even a little less than if we bought it at Computerland.
But can they teach us to use it like Computerland?
Well, no.
Fix it if it breaks like Computerland?
No.
How about talk to us?
Ooh, no.
Oh, think maybe we should just go to Computerland?
All in favor of Computerland, say aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Got our way on that one, didn't we?
ESPN and Thrifty Car Rental World Tour Sweepstakes want to take you to Hawaii in February. 10 lucky couples will go to Honolulu for an all-expense-paid week of sun and fun, including tickets to the NFL Pro Bowl. To enter, watch NFL Primetime Sunday nights and NFL Monday nights to catch the winning slogan. Pick up your entry form at participating Thrifty Car Rental locations or write the slogan on a card with your name and address and mail to World Tour Sweepstakes, Post Office Box 912, Ridgely, Maryland, 21683. If you're an ESPN and Thrifty Car Rental World Tour winner, Continental Airlines will fly you and a guest to Honolulu, where you'll enjoy a week of sun, surf, and Pro Bowl festivities. Whenever you travel, use Thrifty's convenient service in over 650 locations worldwide. Experience the driving luxury of Chrysler cars. Thrifty, near the airport, not near the price. So send your entry in today and join the World Tour in Hawaii.
Well, all set to get the truck pull competition underway. Here's Joe Gilbert out of Gaines, Michigan in the Motown Missile.
This is a 1980 model Chevrolet with a 572 cubic inch alcohol-injected Chevrolet motor. Joe Gilbert, he is currently in the lead for the national championship in the points race. He and Ruthie make many pulls with the United States Hot Rod Association Circuit of Champions.
Advantageous to go first.
On tonight's track, I would like to go first. Thank you, Mike said.
Well, we start with a full pull here at Rich Stadium in Buffalo.
Joe dialed in, and that's the kind of action you're looking for tonight as he had a full pull. Worked the track, he worked the truck a lot.
He worked the left side, it seems.
Ran the whole left side of the track, got in a little bit of trouble down the end of it, but a beautiful job. This guy's going to be tough to beat tonight, and of course he is the current leader in the points race, so that's exactly the way that he's done it with those full pulls.
Well, the Motown Missile, if you're the first puller, you have the opportunity to do it again if you don't like your first pull. That obviously won't be the case here.
Unless the track officials deem the sled too light, then they will run the Budweiser six-pack up the ramp faster, transferring it from a rolling weight to a pulling weight quicker, make it tougher to pull her, and then Joe would have to come right back and pull again.
That's the six-pack you talked about.
50,000 pounds of Duraliner Budweiser sled.
You're looking at the Stomper, 1982 Chevrolet, driven by Bob King out of Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania.
Bob and Linda King own King's Super Tire in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania. This is a carbureted 572 cubic inch Chevrolet, and a lot of the guys have been building as much or more horsepower with carburetors over the last few months than they have been with the injected motors. Now, originally, almost all the engines were fuel injected. This was a carbureted motor. Bob King, here comes the Stomper.
Well, Bob King uses pretty much the middle of the track and goes for the full pull.
He does that, Bob, and you're going to notice down on the end of the track, probably just past the 100-foot mark, the track is compacted a little bit better. The track's tighter down there. The guys are straining the vehicles real hard to get it to that mark, but once they do, they kind of jump up on some good hard ground, and when they do that, they get a lot of ground speed and ride out the...
Take another look at it as you look at Bob King in the Stomper.
Right here, Bob and the truck itself are really working. They're working both of them hard. The traction's there. The tires are gripping real hard. But about the 150-foot mark, it looks like there may be quite a bit more compaction on the track. The track's going to be a little harder there. They're jumping right up on top of it, and when they're doing that, they're gaining a little ground speed and going right out the gate for a full pull mark. Right in here is where Bob King jumps up on top of it, and he goes out the gate in style. A beautiful job for the Stomper.
Well, we continue now in our series of how the various equipment at this pulling competition works. Tonight, we're going to take a look at the hitch in the back of the truck and how that relates to the competition. Mike?
Takes more than your average ball hitch to pull a 50,000-pound weight transfer machine. The hitch on this truck tonight is 26 inches from the ground. Now, this is a very intricate part of pulling. It has to be identical, 26. It cannot be over 26. It could be less. Anything over that is adding weight to the truck. The same thing is adding weight to it. Now, this particular hitch comes off a D.O. Wilson's truck, the Virginian. It's specially designed. All the pullers have worked on it for many hours, getting the hitch designed to do the best and the maximum pulling. This particular hitch, 26 inches off the ground. The second hitch is a safety hitch. If the first chain should break, it will immediately slow the vehicle down. You're dropping the hitch height 12 inches. It lightens the truck up, and they'll spin out. This is what it takes to pull a 50,000-pound weight transfer machine.
Look at this, Mike.
Pam Bauman makes it real easy to work on the Yellow Fever Chevrolet truck. She lifts the body completely up, clears the frame, clears the motor. The guys can get in there and do all they need to do on it. Not only is it a very showy item, it's very easy to work on the equipment when you've got a body that lifts up like that. As far as we know, that's the only one that lifts straight up anywhere in the country.
She's been a very successful competitor, too.
She really has. And this is the first year that Pam's been on the professional tour consecutively. Week after week, Pam is out there fighting for the points, and she's doing a great job. Pam's a true fine puller, and this is a 1987 Chevrolet. It's a 570 cubic inch alcohol-injected Chevrolet motor. Pam and Bob Bauman, a husband and wife team, and Pam drives this particular truck. They're in the busing business at home in Pennsylvania. They have a number of buses that they take care of. Good shot of both the hitches. The top hitch 26 inches from the ground, and the bottom hitch 6 to 12 inches below that for a safety hitch. Pam will roll the slack out of the chain and see if she can take it out for a full pull.
Saw her in one of our earlier competitions at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, and she had an outstanding night that night.
She did, and Pam is increasingly becoming more of a professional. Her driving talents are coming along extremely well. She's just absolutely doing a great job.
Well, she has to go the full distance. Bob King of Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, Joe Gilbert out of Gaines, Michigan, and pulls for the full distance. Let's see what Pam can do. Did she make it? Full pull for Pam Bauman. So Bob King, Joe Gilbert, 3 full pulls in a row.
Beautiful job on Pam as she lights things up. Outstanding job. That lady is going to be one of the competitors, if not the toughest in the nation, in a very short while.
Maybe you think the Giants will win it all this season. Or maybe you think the Bears will be tougher than ever. And what about the Broncos or the 49ers? And who will be on top in college football come January? I'm Harry Carson, and no one knows the winners for sure. But here's one sure winner for every football fan. The sporting news. Everything you need to know. Results, schedules, roster moves, and more every week.
Detailed reports on all the teams, hard-hitting inside information, more facts and stats than all the others combined, plus up-to-the-minute news of baseball, basketball, and hockey.
Now, here's news of a great half-price offer.
Take a tip from Harry Carson and get in on this great half-price offer. Just call 1-800-248-5400 and receive 40 issues of the sporting news for 4 easy payments of only $5.45. That's a savings of 1/2 off the regular subscription rate. So call now, 1-800-248-5400. That's 1-800-248-5400.
This season, the Seattle Seahawks have been picked by many to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. To be a championship contender, you must win on the road. This week, Zenith Monday Night Matchup previews the Seahawks and the New York Jets from the Meadowlands in New Jersey.
Well, you see him huddled under the Virginia Giant here at Rich Stadium in Buffalo. Rain is falling, and really my first experience with it. Mike Galloway, what do they do when it rains at a truck pull?
A little moisture falling on the trackside right this minute, but the United States Hot Rod Association's tech officials have taken it in hand and added a little bit of visqueen over the top of the track. Now, the visqueen will keep the track dry, and the conditions will be good. A little moisture falling out of the sky will just warm the track up. It'll make it a little bit better biting track. It'll make for a very good and exciting pull tonight.
Now, it's got the colors, and there it is, going AWOL. Gene Fanning, who's been with us before, out of Derry, Pennsylvania.
It's an M715 military Jeep used during the Vietnam conflict. But Gene Fanning has done a tremendous amount of work on it. The detail and the workmanship in this truck are absolutely meticulous. It is a beautiful piece of equipment. It runs extremely well. It has a big block Chevrolet in it, another one of the large rat motors. And Gene Fanning out of Derry, Pennsylvania does a great job with this one. He owns a pair of them. One of them he drives on the street. The other one he drives in competition. And when he drives one in competition, you can bet he's going to be going for that full pull mark, and he's going to be hooking at it close tonight.
Well, he's got to go full pull to get into the pull-off.
He's got some motor problems, I believe, Bob.
Turned it into a pretty good pull. He came up just shy, but he seemed to start very slowly.
Truck sounded like it had a miss in it about the first 100 foot of the track. Sounded like it detected a miss in it. Could have been flooding out, could have been getting a little bit too much fuel in it. The motor seemed to clear out, run better. He made an excellent pull out of it. I thought he was in trouble about the 125 foot mark. I thought the motor was in a lot of problems, but he came back around, the motor cleaned out, and did a real great job. Really put a good, successful pull together.
Don AWOL goes 194 feet, 4.5 inches. I believe that's good for 4th place. Well, you're looking at a truck that is 34 years old. It's the Wild Child.
Bob Pirani out of East Canaan, Connecticut.